Alright, I'm finally doing my video. I finally have the video going on. So today I want to start with something that's pretty important to me, okay? What I want to talk about is, there's a team I coached. I coached a team, I was an assistant coach in the team in 2010. And we were picked to finish 4th in our side, which put us 8th overall in the conference. And after the season, after we had won the whole thing, that's the thing, we won the whole thing, you see. And after the season, people came up to us and said, "You guys overachieved." And I was so angry. I was so angry because I remember asking somebody said, "You overachieved," and I said, "What does that mean? How is that possible? How can you tell me I overachieved?" And when I say me, I'm talking about me right now, but what I'm saying is, how can you tell me that team overachieved when you never saw them practice, you never saw them work out, right? You weren't there in the off season. You weren't there. You don't know what they did. You didn't see that heart. You didn't see their drive. You don't see what's inside of those guys. But yet you have the audacity to sit there and say we overachieved. Why? Because you saw some stats. You saw who was returning, and you thought we don't have what it takes. That team can't win. They don't have what it takes. But that's the expectation. So what I'm trying to tell you is, people will always expect certain things of you. They'll expect good. They'll expect bad. Real low expectations. But what it is you do with those expectations, right, is what matters. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to tell you to do this. Take them in one ear, out the other. Don't even listen to them. I don't care if they think you're great. You don't listen to that, because that'll fill your head up with all this stuff, and it'll stop you from working hard. It'll stop you from doing those things, stop you from grinding every day. It'll stop you from being what you're supposed to be. But not what they think you're supposed to be, what you know you're supposed to be. Right? And the internal drive to be great that you have inside of you. That's what it's all about. It isn't about someone's expectations of you. No. People always expect good and bad. That's not what it's about. Okay? And here's my question to you. If you tell me I overachieve, I'm going to say this to you. How is it possible that I wasn't supposed to achieve something that I achieved? How is that possible? How can you tell me that I just did something that I wasn't supposed to do? I was always supposed to do it. It's always been inside of me. It's always been there, but you weren't there. You didn't see me in that gym. You didn't see me taking ground balls. You didn't see me catching bullpens like it was a live game. So I didn't overachieve, and that team didn't overachieve, but people under-expected. You see what I'm saying? They under-expected of us because they didn't see what was inside of that team. That team had leaders. That team had drive. That team had desire. And they had heart, man. They had more heart than you could ever imagine. We came back from so many games that year. We were down in the 8th, 9th inning. Came back to win them. But that's what it took. And you can't see that heart. Nobody can. So, what I'm saying to you is, people will always expect things. You cannot worry about it. You have to let those expectations go. What you expect from yourself is all that matters. I expect everybody on this planet, I honestly expect, everybody listen to this, I expect you guys to be great. I expect you to be great because I know what's inside of you. But the thing is, it doesn't matter what I expect. It doesn't matter what I expect. If you're not willing to put the work in, put the time in, to do the things it takes to be great, then it doesn't matter what anybody expects of you out here. Nothing. If you're not willing to put the time in, to grind every day, it doesn't matter. You could be a preseason All-American. What is that? What's a preseason All-American? It's something that you're supposed to be. Because something you might have been pretty good last year, and now you're a preseason All-American? What does that matter? It means nothing. It means nothing. It's an expectation that it doesn't mean anything if you're not willing to put the work in, put the time in, grind, go harder than everybody else. At the end of the year, you won't be an All-American. You will still have been a preseason All-American, which is worthless. You got to have it here. You got to have it right here. So what I'm saying to you is, people can't overachieve. You cannot do something, right? You cannot do something that you weren't supposed to do. I was always supposed to do it. I was always supposed to win. I was always supposed to be great. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm grinding like this. That's why I'm making these videos, trying to get this word out. Because I want to be the best. I'm not saying I'm going to get there tomorrow or whatever, but I'm going to grind. I'm going to go hard. And expectations, people might say things along the way. but I don't care. It doesn't fuel me. It doesn't drive me. What drives me is my internal desire to be great. Let people expect. Let them tell you you overachieved. It doesn't matter. What really happened is they underexpected because they don't know what's inside of you. Remember, it's no grind, no glory. Go get it, man. Go get your dreams.